Good morning, friends. Welcome to TMX Adventures. Lisa here. Today we're going to do a quick peach slash nectarine juice. We are coming to the end of stone fruit season here in Queensland, and as we get to the end, I find my kids are super excited at the beginning of the season and they eat them daily and a lot, but by the time we get into the end of the season, they're kind of over it, and so it slows down and I end up with this collection in the fridge that really need using, and I don't like wasting anything. Okay, if I can recycle it and repurpose it, I'm happy. So I was like, what can I make this into? Now I have done, and I think I showed you the other week, where I cooked them up and I blitzed them a little bit so they were a bit like they weren't solid anymore, in like they weren't the wedges. You couldn't see the wedges anymore. And then I froze them and we made fruity dream with that. They were phenomenal. That was beautiful and a really good way to use it. I'd say if you've got, if you're looking for multiple ways, that's another great way to use those peaches and nectarines that are going soft, overripe. Cut off the bad bits and do that. This is a recipe I stumbled across today and I thought, oh yes, another way to use them. So let's get on to this recipe. It starts by making a sugar syrup. So we're putting 240 grams of water in, which is about a cup, just in case you if you don't have a Thermomix and you happen to be cooking along with these videos and you're using a saucepan on a stove, it's about a cup. You'll see I've got about 40 grams extra, about 2 tablespoons extra. It's not going to matter in this case. This will serve 6, by the way, just in case you want a reference point on that. Obviously, if you have less stone fruit available, you could pull that down a little bit, or you could substitute with other things. So you certainly, you can play with this recipe, is what I'm trying to say. So 120 grams of sugar. I'm loving the feedback, by the way. Some of your beautiful comments on YouTube and Facebook about, just trying recipes you wouldn't have otherwise given a go to. I love to hear that feedback. It makes me so incredibly happy to know that these videos are supporting you to help you get more out of your Thermomix. That's what I'm here for, okay? Okay, mint. Oh, I forgot to go to the garden and get the mint. I'm going to do that off camera, okay? I'll do that when I hit the next step and I'll dash down. I forgot before I got started. It's incredibly warm here today. Now it says simmering basket, so that's to allow that steam out. And we're going over 100 degrees, I'm going to guess as well. So 5 minutes, 120 degrees, turn speed selected to speed 1. And this is my time to go get the mint and put it in the measuring cup hole. I won't turn the machine off, I'll just drop it in. And the other thing I'll do is I'll actually grab my chopping board. It's 5 minutes, so it's really time efficient now to be able to get the stone fruit ready to go in at the next step. So I'm going to do that as well. It does call for a lemon. I'll prep the lemon just so that we're really time efficient in the kitchen. The Thermomix, compared to a stovetop and a saucepan, the Thermomix is significantly less hands-on. You do something and you can go then down to the garden and get the mint. You can go do other stuff, which is the beauty of it, right? Hands-free, stress-free cooking, which I need in my life. So let's spin this dial up. If you were doing this on a stovetop, right, you just put in another, 120 grams, most likely. I'm not actually sure how much that is. Maybe it might even be a cup of sugar, and then you're going to stir it on the stovetop, okay, until it comes to a boil. Probably going to take you, I don't know, 10 minutes, I'm not sure. But in the Thermomix, we spin a dial, and I'll see you in 5 minutes' time for the next step. See you then. We are up to the straining step. Before I go on, say hello if you're watching on. I'd love to know if you are enjoying these videos and if you find them helpful. If you're over on YouTube, remember to hit that subscribe button as well. That really does help put the channel out there further to those who have Thermomixes and need more support with their Thermomix. There's more and more we can get from our Thermomix, which is super cool. So the first thing we're going to do now is we're up to straining it. So this beautiful sugar syrup had mint leaves in it, only half a dozen, I think it was 6. But we need to strain it. And it says to do it through a fine sieve, but I don't think it really needs to be fine. It can be our simmering basket. You can make this in a TM31, a TM5, or a TM6, okay? So don't feel like you're stuck on, you can't do it because I'm doing it on a TM6. So there's our sugar syrup. I'm just going to put it in an empty jar and hopefully it'll capture the mint leaves. So it just doesn't matter. So all I've got here is I've got a jar. I've got the lid of the Thermomix, and then I've got the simmering basket, and the lid acts like a funnel. Okay, and we're simply doing this. Now this could be made with apricots, it could be made with plums. That would be so vibrant and beautiful. But I'm doing it with the nectarines and peaches because that's what we have readily available. At this time of year they are cheaper than apples. So my kids generally go through 3 kilos of apples a week. When I shop I buy 6 kilos because I shop every 2 weeks. And so this time of year I swap it out for the stone fruit because they're cheaper. And as we get to the end of this time, they're not as, you know, they're kind of over it. So there we go. We have that ready to go. We've strained it. The mint leaves are on top. Okay, here is my stone fruit. It says 300 grams of peaches, peeled, stone removed. Okay, and they go, I've got about 400 and something. I'm going to chuck a lemon in. I don't know if it calls for a lemon. I thought it did. Oh, look. But it doesn't. I'm going to chuck a lemon in. Maybe that's later. I need my lid back. So I'll grab that from over here. It'll be a bit sticky, this over here. We need a measuring cup, otherwise we'll make a mess. Hello, Sue. Lovely to see you on today. 30 seconds, speed to 5, and then gradually to speed 10. This is something that tricks people up sometimes. They forget to go up to 10. I've done it. Okay, so 5. Wait for it to stop shaking. So done, click next. Actually, maybe it tells you to use a squeeze of lemon juice. No, it doesn't. I don't know. Don't worry about the lemon if you don't want to put the lemon in, okay? Maybe it goes in the final product. So look at that. We have a beautiful, like, what would that be called? Blend of stone fruit, I guess. I don't know, something like that. You can see the skin. The skin leaves that little bit of pink through it, but it's certainly not going to be chewy by any means. I don't think you'd notice it. So let's see what we do next. Add the reserve syrup in. So we'll grab our sugar syrup. Look at that. The smell of mint, it's just beautiful. I wish they had smell-o-vision. I really do. Okay, in this goes. This is quite warm. Obviously it was, it got up to 100 before. Hello. Oh, puree. Thank you, Carol. Coming to my rescue. It's Monday morning. That's all I can say. Insert the measuring cup into the mixing bowl, and it's shopping night tonight as well. So that's the other thing. When I was deciding today, I sat there this morning. I was like, what will I show you guys today? And I opened the fridge, and I love Cookidoo because I literally typed in, like, I have a bag of broccoli head that needs to be eaten, and then I had peaches on a shelf. And what we do with our peaches is we put the new ones generally go behind, but then inevitably at the end of this time, the old ones that are really old are behind. So they was looking at me as well. So I literally went into Cookidoo and I started by searching broccoli. And then I could not come up with anything that I was like, oh, I'm not excited to share that. I mean, I can, and I will. Like, I'll share broccoli. There was one that took my eye where it was, I think it was called, what was it called? Like crispy seed broccoli or something that sounded really yummy, where you put it in egg and then a seed mix and then you put it in the oven. And I thought, oh, that's really yummy, but it just didn't stir excitement in me today. And then I was like, oh, all right, let's deal with these stone fruit. And so I typed in peach and I scrolled through and then I stumbled across this. So how cool is it that you can get into that Cookidoo, search for what you've got. Like tonight's shopping night. And I did and should I go shopping this morning? And I don't love shopping when there's lots of people. So I'd much rather go after my gym at night time. There's like 6 people in the shop. It's just amazing. I just do my thing and then get home with my big trolley load. They even open a register for me because you can't go through self-serve with 2 weeks worth of shopping in a trolley. That would be horrible. So they even open a register. But yeah, so that was how I got there this morning. So yeah. All right, in with the lid, measuring cup. Stop talking, Lisa. 10 seconds, speed 3. This is mixing it through. You can have a little sneak peek because it's speed 3. Let me have a taste. Tastes yummy. Tastes like peach and nectarine with a little bit of lemon. All right, next up. Pour into a bowl, leave to cool before placing in the fridge to chill for 2 hours. Now, at the moment, just to give you some reference, it's actually not hot. It's 37 degrees. How cool is it that Thermomix tells us that, and I'm able to do that? So it says to chill it for 2 hours. And me being me, we're going to skip it, okay? Hang with me for a second because I want to show you. Now they crush 150 grams of ice cubes, which is lovely. I'm going to skip it, okay? Insert the measuring cup. So this would be an empty bowl and then crushing ice. Not going to do that. By the way, this is what we have now. A sugary version of the puree. Thank you, Carol, for that. So they would crush this, 10 seconds, speed 5. You then have crushed ice to put between your 6 glasses. Place the chilled peach mixture with one, there's my lemon. Just chuck the lemon in earlier, okay? So there's 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I had a small lemon. I cut off the skin because it was a bit old, so it was softish. It was off our tree. And this is what I wanted. Okay, so we got 400 to 500 grams of sparkling water to taste. So I'm just going to, okay, SodaStream. My child asked for it for his birthday last year, year before, I don't know, sometime, and it's been one of the best investments we've ever had. We don't drink soft drink, okay, at all. So to have this and be able to, so he made a ginger cordial on the weekend, just ginger, water, sugar, and then strained it. And then, you know, for them to be able to have those little treats when it's really, really hot is really nice. So anyway, not associated whatsoever, just like using it. Actually, I'm no good at using it. The kids use it more than I do. I actually asked them to fuzz this water for me. I said, can somebody please do this? A little more. I don't know if this stirs through or what I'm about to do. Maybe I'm about to knock all the air out of it. Who knows? Oh no, it was going in. Okay, 10 seconds, speed 3. I've completely changed how they finish this recipe, but that's okay. Let's grab some cups. Now these have a story. The other week I was in Brizzy and I was visiting my mum, and she was trying to, and some of you heard this the other day with the cups I was using then, the other cups. So my brother had a box put away from him when they cleaned out Nana and Granddad's house very many years ago, and there was one there with his name on it, and he's just moved out of home. And so they've opened up this box and there's all this stuff that he is never going to use, okay? He is a mechanic, he likes computers and he likes go-karts. Kitchen, that's just what the microwave just cooks food, okay? Like maybe the oven, but you know, that's about it. He likes to reheat his food. So fancy little glasses and, you know, antique bowls, not his thing. And they're not actually my thing either, but I thought if I bring them online and I show you guys, it's preserving that history. And we'll use them. And I have 4 boys. They may get damaged over time, and that's okay. But, you know, it's being able to preserve that history of these are from my grandparents, my children's great-grandparents' homes. And that is super cool to be able to carry that on. So hello, Leanne. Lovely to see you on today. We are making a peach juice, and I've kind of shortcutted it, okay, just because it wasn't as hot as I anticipated, and I don't think I needed to kind of do what they said. Pour over the crushed ice and garnish with extra mint leaves and serve immediately. We're done. Now, I reckon that whole bowl, if I come back now to my home screen, so there's no temperature on it. It's actually quite cold. And if I put that over just straight ice now, it will be stunning. It is 30 degrees, which is probably 31. It's really quite warm. So we're good to go. What I do want to do is, can you see up the sides? I don't scrape down the sides very often, but when I see some food up there, I don't want it to go to waste. So I'll just take that like that. I reckon this would be beautiful frozen in ice cube trays and re-whipped up as well as like an ice cream. But for today, check that out. Look at that. Beautiful, fresh stone fruit, because I had peach and nectarine in there. Look at that juice in your Thermomix. You know exactly what it is. How cool is that? I love this. All right, guys, give this a go. Okay, maybe it's plums, maybe it's apricots, peaches, nectarines, maybe it's cherries. How nice would that be? Hey, but give this a go. You've seen how it's sped it up. So if you need to be, you know, maybe you've got people over and you wanted to give them something fresh, refreshing, you saw how I just sped up that process, and it's made no difference, okay? This is not as chilled as it could be with the crushed ice in the bottom, but you could easily grab a second bowl, put it in, crush your ice and put it in, or even just put ice cubes into it. Like, we don't need to overcomplicate it, yeah? So check out the YouTube tonight on how to make the sugar syrup with the mint in it. If you're an advanced Thermomix user, you can just go to Cookidoo, find this recipe, and you'll make this easily. I would say, though, just as a little thought, you could stop at the point of adding the soda water just before that and actually leave it in the fridge until you want it. Leave it as that concentrate to be able to serve it up then when you've got people over, or when the grandkids come over, or when you want it each day. So you're not ending up with now water that's losing its carbonation, okay, because that's the risk, right? Like, now the longer it sits, the less fuzzy it gets. So that would be my consideration. If you're thinking about like, how can I actually utilize this in a different way? Stop at that stage and then use it like a cordial where you're putting into your container, like knowing that it makes approximately 6, just divvying it up and go, okay, I've got 6 serves here. These are my 6, my week ahead going to work or whatever. I'm going to take my little bit, I'm going to take my soda water, I'm just going to top it up on the day. So hope that helps. It's lovely to see you guys on today. Thanks for saying hi, those of you who are on. Let me know if I can help you with anything with your Thermomix. Remember as well, I don't know if I told you guys, actually. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said lately. But the chicken pox with the family just threw me last week completely. If you subscribe to my TMXE Adventures, you would have got an essentials list to download. Can you please go over and resubscribe and get the new version? And also what that does is the new subscribing has a little checkbox that says, I want to stay up to date. For some reason, somewhere along the line over the last 6 years, Wix, who I go through, changed it where initially it was like, okay, you've joined up, you obviously want to get news. But then somewhere along the line, they changed it where they actually want you to check the checkbox that says, hey, I'd like to get a newsletter. And so that's changed. And so it means I'm actually, each newsletter I send out, which by the way, there'll be one coming Thursday or Wednesday, as soon as I can get time to do it. But what that means is some of you are getting one that actually says you're not a subscriber and the system thinks you're not a subscriber, even though you signed up. I have never entered any of your email addresses in. You guys have gone and done that. And then there's the group that are more recent that actually already, like when I realized what was happening and I said, oh, activate that checkbox. So they won't double dip. So if it's the same email address that you signed up with a long time ago, you'll get to the new Essentials download checkbox form. But when it comes to newsletters, you won't get 2. You won't, it's smart enough to go, this is the same email address and they don't send you a double up. But it means you'll be in the subscriber pile rather than that not subscribed pile. So, because I've been having to run 2 newsletters to try and avoid that. So anyway, if you haven't got the new checkbox style one, go do that, okay? It won't take a second to sign up. And I only send newsletters once a month. It's not like, because I hand do them, they're all from me. I don't pay anyone to do it. It's something where I've got to, be mindful of time. But I'm also that person. I don't love getting, spammed. So I'm really mindful to try and make sure that every single newsletter I send adds value to you, and that it's not something just for the sake of sending it. It will never be that, because that's not good use of my time. And I don't want to clog your email with that stuff either. I want to value you guys. So, all right. Have a lovely day, guys. Take care in all you do. And I will see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.